China loves flexing its muscles and bullying its neighbors in the South China Sea. However, its days of showing belligerence are now about to come to an end. Vietnam is now giving China a taste of its own medicine, as the country is building up its own maritime militia in the South China Sea. And if history is evident, China now fears another humiliation at the hands of Vietnam. Hi and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Rohan Sachdeva, and in this video, I'll explain to you how Vietnam is giving sleepless nights to an ever-bullish China by expanding its naval presence in the South China Sea. China loves bullying others in the South China Sea. It terrorizes ASEAN neighbors who oppose Beijing's claims in the disputed region. In fact, Chinese fishing boats often function as maritime militias. China uses the so-called fishing boats to harass fishermen of other countries all across the Western Pacific region, including the hotly contested South China Sea. However, China's reign of terror is now about to come to an end as Vietnam begins to respond in kind. The South China Morning Post cited a Chinese military magazine as reporting that Vietnam is building up its own maritime militia in the South China Sea region. The move is an attempt by Vietnam to imbibe a culture of civil-military fusion. The European Union estimates that the Vietnamese militia comprises of 8,000 fishing boats and 46,000 fishermen, but the Chinese military magazine pegs the number of fishermen at over 70,000. Naval and Merchant Ships magazine published an article last month that stated Vietnam's maritime militia force and their activities in waters near Hainan, the Paracel Islands and the Spratly Islands have threatened China's maritime law enforcement and national security. China is seemingly worried about the Vietnamese militia. The Chinese military magazine added that the matter must be taken seriously and dealt with in a timely manner. Vietnam has been prepared to move in the direction of mobilizing a powerful maritime militia for quite some time now. The Southeast Asian nation passed a law authorizing its maritime militia to perform military functions like conducting sea patrolling and surveillance. Vietnam also authorized the maritime militia to confront and expel foreign vessels intruding into Vietnamese waters. As per the Naval and Merchant Ships magazine, the Vietnamese militiamen participated in a range of missions, including some in cooperation with the Vietnamese Navy when not catching fish. Presently, the maritime militia becomes very important in the backdrop of China's attempts to flex its muscles in the South China Sea. The Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy and Chinese maritime militia have been continuously trying to assert control over the disputed regions of the South China Sea. The Xi Jinping administration in Beijing wants to take control of the entire region. The Chinese military magazine also alleged that Vietnamese militia got involved in missions of covert spying on Chinese military ships and facilities. It added that sometimes the missions also included clashing deliberately with Chinese Coast Guard in order to invite Western attention. The Chinese magazine added the guerrilla warfare tactics could offset Chinese law enforcement's advantages in terms of vessel size and technology. And if they get captured, the economic cost is limited, but diplomatic and political gain could be huge, so they have little to fear. However, Vietnam is only giving China a taste of its own medicine. The Philippines, for example, has spotted many Chinese maritime militia vessels near the disputed Witsun Reef. Yet, Beijing denies that it is actually making a military provocation. China claims that these are only civilian vessels. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Hua Chunying even claimed that the vessels were only taking shelter from the wind, and that the Philippines should actually view the situation in a rational light. The Vietnamese maritime militia is actually creating sufficient deterrence against China. Realizing the perils of clashing with a resurgent power like Vietnam, China has even started talking of improving trust and cooperation with the country in the South China Sea. The good old Chinese belligerence and aggressive posturing are conspicuously missing. Clearly, China is growing fearful of Vietnam. Moreover, Beijing can never forget the brutal humiliation that it had to face at the hands of Hanoi during the 1979 Sino-Vietnamese War. China fears that if tensions escalate in the South China Sea, it might have to face a similar drubbing all over again. Furthermore, Vietnam now enjoys considerable diplomatic and economic leverage over China. It has been stealing Japanese companies and other business entities exiting China in search of greener pastures. Vietnam therefore has many options on the table to hurt China, but the most potent of them, of course, is its maritime militia.